is Victoria Nevens. What's your name?
It is Cindy. What is your date of birth?
June 28th, 1973. Your name's Cindy?
Correct.
Okay.
And how can I help you today?
Well, I'm having a very difficult time trying to obtain my basic needs being met by this ministry. So I put a emergency request in for a rental subsidy, and I've been denied that rental subsidy. So I'm going to push for what is my right to obtain from this ministry. And that's why I'm calling this afternoon, to find out what the excuse is now, because I've actually given a notification that I was going to be attending the Vernon Avenue office this afternoon to pick up a rental subsidy check, an emergency rental subsidy check. And I've explained why. I've explained my situation and what's going on and what my rights are. And so I'm not quite understanding what's going on your end, what the problem is.
Just have a look. Oh, you've got a big old letter here. Okay.
Well, because I find there's a lack of understanding of a woman's rights and her right to be provided with her basic needs, which is the fiduciary duty, and it's the responsibility of this province. I've had my house stolen and all the money embezzled. So, to receive no kindness from the agents of this ministry, I kind of run out of patience at this point, and I've had enough. And I've been patient and I've been kind, but unfortunately I don't think I'm going to be able to hold that much longer. And we don't want that for you, and we don't want it for me.
Hang on one sec. I'm just reading your letter here.
I'm sorry, I tried to actually sort this out last week. Unfortunately, it wasn't handled correctly, and it wasn't handled according to the law. So are you living in a rental property at this time? Unfortunately, because I was force evicted right at the beginning of COVID, so that would have been March 19th, 2020, didn't have any money on me, and the only place that would take me is the Red Lion Inn and Suites, and so unfortunately for these poor folks, I've been here for 2 years. And I shouldn't be here for that long, because I have a house that was stolen and I want it back.
Okay. So, but for right now,
Yeah.
You're at the Red Lion,
Right.
And are you required to pay a payment to them?
Yep. I tried to explain that to them last night. I apologized to them that I didn't have it available to me. I was trying to work on it last week, and unfortunately it didn't go in my favor, so I informed them that I would continue to work on having my basic needs met by the same province who stole my house and all the money.
So, I mean, right now, the ministry provides you with funds to the maximum of their ability to provide to you, because you also receive a pension amount of $556.55. So you've received your full entitlement. What is the rent at the Red Lion?
$1,200 a month. I also have a storage locker fee for $400. I have a phone I have to pay for every month. I have car insurance I have to pay for every month. So my expenses far exceed my income. Like way far. So what's happened is I've been forced into prostitution and I've been raped multiple times. So I'm not really in the mood to like listen to excuses or listen to, so what you're using acts, right? And an act is not a law, it's a guideline, and I appreciate that you have those guidelines, and those are the guidelines that you believe you have to follow. But this is a situation where I kind of can't allow that to go on because it's abusive. So if I require a little bit of help, I mean, I don't really understand why I'm being argued with. I would never lie to you about my need. I would never lie to you about I'm in big trouble here. And I had a house that was stolen, so I should have a roof over my head. But if I don't receive this subsidy, there's going to be no roof over my head. I have a 1993 Mazda 323. You know how tiny they are. It's a little hatchback. I can't fit all the property I have in this room in that car, and my car window got blown out by one of my rapists, so the car isn't even secure anymore. Like, if I had to live in my car, and that's pretty much where this is about to go, my car's not safe. Like, anybody can just punch through and get into me and get to me.
So, there's a maximum of shelter portion that we're able to pay. And I'm by no means taking this service request on. It will be another worker that takes it on. And the shelter portion that you're requesting is well over that amount. So we're not going to be able to pay that amount. So we'll go through that with you.
So sorry, so this was an application for an emergency rental subsidy, like a rental subsidy. Like, because if the money's not there, right, and I can't pay for the obligation, then, I mean, the hotel has no, they don't have to let me stay here. I mean, that's ridiculous, right? No landlord, that's not the way life works, is it? Right? So, there seems to be, you guys just operate with these blinders on. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm kind of tired of it. So that's why I put a service request in. I put one in last week. It got shut down. Now I'm doing it again.
So did you submit confirmation of the Red Lion? Because I don't see that on your file.
What do you mean confirmation of what do you mean?
Well, what the cost of the room is.
No, actually I have, because they raised the rent on me, so I submitted that information maybe in February or maybe March, because I was asked for the information, so I sent you that information. It was the letter I received from the hotel that rent was going up, and you have it on your file. You have it in your file.
I see it now. So, the maximum for someone on income assistance who is an employable person is $935, and that would be the maximum that we could pay for rent if we provided an emergency fund. So there's no way that we would be able to pay the $1,200.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. That's not what I'm asking for. I'm sorry. I didn't know what you were talking about. I'm not looking for you to pay the $1,200. I had a portion of it that I've supplied to the people here just to try to hold on to the room. I'm not looking for you to pay the $1,200. I'm not looking for you to do that. But I'm in an emergency situation because I had to try to secure my car because I'm missing an entire window, and it's painful for me because my car has sentimental value. It's the only thing I have left.
For us to pay for the window?
No, I'm just looking for an emergency rental subsidy. I think the maximum is $760. I believe that's correct. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Things change all the time, so I have no idea what you folks are up to now.
So that's what I'm trying to get from you. So
right.
With the Red Lion,
okay,
they would need to provide us with a document of outstanding funds address of where the building is, so I would need all of that. And then they could look at that.
I'm kind of sick and tired of jumping through all the hoops because this is not the first time I've had to do this. If you go back through my file, this is not the first time I've required a rental subsidy. So these poor folks at the Red Lion have done this, before. So it's just the same process we're going through. Again, do you know what I mean? And I'm really tired. Like, I don't think you have any idea how tired I am. And I'm tired of jumping through the hoops. For what's my right to obtain, right? It's a fiduciary duty. When you steal a woman's home and embezzle all the money, the same province who did that to me has a fiduciary duty to supply me with my basic needs. And it's not happening.
So what happens, Victor, is if you ask for something, and if you ask for something each month, and it's the same thing, we would need information each month or each time you made that request. So in the service request, requesting the funds, there's nothing on here from the landlord stating that you owe this much money still.
It's almost like there's blinders on, right? Like there seems to be a lack of understanding between where I'm at in my life and where you folks are at with helping clients.
But we have to, if we are going to, if we do or do not supply you with that money, we need to state why, and we need the documentation confirming that.
So there's still monies outstanding for rent, right? And then so what's happened is because now I can't get any justice, I was going to have to spend any money I did have to try to obtain some type of justice. And of course, justice is very expensive in Canada, unfortunately, for people in my situation. So this is why I'm literally drowning. And that's why I reached out for some help. And so I get all the arguments and I get the excuses and I get all of that, right? But this is a very...
I'm not giving you any arguments, and I'm not giving you any excuses. I'm just giving you the fact that we need the document from the landlord or the manager stating you are required to come up with this money or you're going to be removed. So the manager needs to provide that to you, and then you in turn need to provide it to the ministry for us for review.
Well, then you're going to review it. Okay, so I've...
You can't just go ahead and give, right? We have to review the information, determine eligibility, and based on that, then we say yes or no.
Okay, well, I've made a bunch of phone calls this morning, and one of them is to the minister of this public service, so I'm probably going to take those routes, right? Because, like I say, I've jumped through all these hoops before. I've sent you guys all the information. I'm wondering why none of the social workers in this office have called the RCMP or the police. I've reported crime to you. I've reported serious crime to you. Right, so I'm really tired, and I get where you're coming from.
Victoria, if you're reporting a serious crime, then you need to report it to the police, not to me.
No, but then they attack me violently when I do that, right? They attack me violently, like I'm in fear for my life because they're attacking me. The police are, because I've gone and I've said, listen, there's a contract here in place. My house has been stolen. This is how it was stolen. For some reason, when I tell the truth, I become violently attacked, like I get violently attacked. So I'm actually in fear for my life right now. It's very difficult for me to even leave where I'm at. I need to go to a food bank this afternoon because I have no money for food. I'm now having to go to food banks all the time because my basic needs aren't being provided for.
So you need to connect with an advocate then. Do you have an advocate phone number?
No.
Just wait for the computer to catch up here.
not sure if you're aware or not, but the province of British Columbia is hoarding billions of dollars, so it just boggles the mind that, a person's basic needs cannot be provided for. When there's money there, tons of it, billions of dollars. Plus the $700,000 that was stolen from me, so there's all that money sitting there, so it doesn't make any sense to me that when I need a little bit of help, this is what I have to go through. All this wasted time. Have you seen the price of gas? It's insane.
Yeah.
Yep.
250.
Mm-hmm.
216.
Right?
4228. And they might be able to help you navigate the system as well.
Okay. Great.
Okay?
Thanks, Cindy.
Okay.
Bye.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Okay, did you guys just check that out? Right? You see all the excuses and the this, that. They got billions of dollars. And I gotta jump through a bunch of fucking hoops that I don't need to jump through. Like, if I need something, why can't I just ask for it? Like, why is all the questioning on all the bullshit? I'm the last woman in the world who's gonna be trying to fucking shaft somebody out of something. You know what I mean? That's just not who I am. That's not how I operate. And now we've got 20 minutes, another 20 minutes wasted. This just doesn't make any sense to a woman with sense. This doesn't make any sense to a woman whose brain actually operates correctly. So, this is not okay. You see where I come from. Despite the fact she was kind, right? I mean, fine, we all heard what went on, didn't we? Because I'm recording the calls. It still was an abusive call. Because there's still a lack of understanding of what I've been through, what I've gone through, and the fact that this government has stolen $700,000 from me on purpose, so that's mens rea, that's criminal intent, to cause a woman to either lose her life because of exposure, or lose her life because of repeated rapes. And by the way, rape is murder, so I've been raped multiple times while I've been homeless, and this is on purpose, right? And now I'm trying to get a little bit of help. And look, how much time have I wasted? And now today is rent day, right? I shouldn't have to obtain a letter from the Red Lion. They have multiple letters from the Red Lion stating if she doesn't pay her rent, yes, of course we kick her out. That's just fucking common sense. There's just a lack of understanding. And you can't get passed around from worker to worker to worker, because it's abusive to have to explain your situation to worker to worker to worker. And do you notice now she passes me off onto somebody else, and it's going to be the same shit show? You just fucking wasted time and stress. Stress is a murderer, eh? And that's why they're doing this to me, to put enough stress on me that I either lose my life, or, quite obviously, the goal is to have me commit suicide. So then they just fucking take it all. And then they can say, oh, look, and say, we told she was mentally ill. Look, and she's killed herself. Oh, my gosh, we told you she was mentally fucking ill. Yeah, well, I'm afraid that's just not the case, folks. So, this one will be posted, too, all over the place. So much fucking fun to go through this abusive process.